Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? It's been a busy couple weeks. Been hard to get an upload to you guys, so I figured I'd try and get something up to you today and get some kind of build tutorial on something new, something for you guys to watch. This is my 1998 RS Coupe. It's 5-speed. It's relatively clean. I really like this car. I've had it for a bit. It just needs some quarter panels. Other than that, the underneath is really solid. I've got it all ripped apart today for the sheer fact that we are going to start a little build process on the restoration, and then basically move right into the resell of this car. Now I've got 3 of these cars on the premises. I used to own all 3. I sold one of them to a really good friend of mine, and now I've got the 2. I don't need 2 of these, and I've got my eye on a prize that I really want. You know, I want something nice. So in order to get it, you know, I'm gonna have to sell one of my babies. So this being one of the nicest things that I can sell right now and get the coin that I need, I might as well just let it go and let it part. So basically we're gonna do a really quick restoration of it. Just get it going for somebody else to jump into it. That way someone wants to make it a builder, they can make it a builder, and it is a solid car. They don't have any issues. We're gonna go through everything, and of course, I'm gonna film the in process, you know, and the entirety of it and whatnot. So today I'm actually, I've got it all ripped apart. I've got the bumpers off of it because we're gonna do a big fog bumper to it. You can see it here off in the background. I already got the old one, the big transition here. So I mean, look at that thing. It's really aggressive. So that's really why we do that. You know, I feel like it's the bumper that should have came from the factory, but they didn't give it to us till 99. You know, so it is what it is. You know. 99, 2000, 2001, only 3 years in the US versus in Japan. They actually did get it on the 98 version of their car, but everything they had over there in Japan was a year earlier than us. So it is what it is, you know, like their bug eye was actually 2001 versus ours was 2002. We didn't get them. So, but they had them in 01. So I'm not gonna talk your head off with all this stuff. Let's get to building a coupe. Let's get to that process of that. I really do want to swap that today. I also got some clear glass headlights as well. Brand new brakes all around. Other than that, we're gonna do that. Some cross-drilled slotted rotors. I got a header here too that I redid. Put it all in ceramic coating, and then I heat temp painted it black because the ceramic coating that I get is gray, and I don't really want to see a gray header. It's just weird. So that went black. Other than that, let's go ahead and run around the yard. I'll show you real quick what I've got laid out, and then we'll go ahead and start doing some work. All right, so I already ripped off the steel bumper on here. You can see it here. It's huge difference, you know, especially the weight. The weight's big. I've already got the JDM beam here that's basically just holds the bumper in place, and you get to drop all this weight, which is really nice. In Japan, that's what you get. In USA, this is what they give us. So dropping all that weight off the front end is huge. That's awesome. So we're actually going to be able to create better handling in this all-wheel drive monster, which is great. So moving on, that's the bumper that it had. Everybody knows the L bumper. You know, it's on all the wagons also as well. It's really boring. So that's what we're gonna move to. We're gonna give it the big fog transition, that JDM look, which the WRX and the STIs came with, and they only blessed us with these on the 99 to 2001 RSs. And then this color is super rare. You know, only 700 of them painted this color in 1998. So this is super duper awesome to be able to even own something like this. So today we're just gonna clean it up and give it a facelift, go from there. So we'll go ahead and start from the beginning of my day where I started to rip and get into this car. And then we'll go from there. We'll see where we can get with the day. Tyler said he was going to come by and play. So hopefully he comes by and helps me out, because that should help a ton with getting more done today. one thing I definitely want to get off is I want to get that off right there. This car was actually, it's weird because it's so solid underneath and so nice underneath it. But for the reason for the numbers is this car was actually raced. It was actually rallied, which was surprising to me because he's like, yeah, me and my brother rallied this car. And I was like, no way. And you just can't tell. So either it only had one season and they were really good drivers, or I don't know. But looking underneath it, which we will get there, it's super clean. And you're going to be like, what? This was rallied?
You got the devil in your eyes. You went and took me by surprise. Say what you wanna say, I won't go back. If you wanna hit the road, then let's go then. Let's just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can never break us down, cause we're golden. They're about to see us glow, cause we're golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can never break us down, cause we're golden. They're about to see us glow, cause we're golden. Got the devil in your eyes. You went and took me by surprise. Say what you wanna say, I won't go back. If you wanna hit the road, then let's go then. Let's just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can never break us down, cause we're golden. They're about to see us glow, cause we're golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can never break us down, cause we're golden. They're about to see us glow, cause we're golden.
Oh, wow, I made a mess. It's everywhere. Wow, carries all into the shop. But you can see all that sediment and that nastiness. Look at it all. All that was in the engine bay. And it was literally resting in all the crevices everywhere throughout. Needed to be done. And I'm sure it's never been done since 1998, unless his engine's been out, which it's an EJ25D, so I'm sure it has been. I'm sure it's had head gaskets or some kind of problematic issue. They're known for it. It is what it is. I don't see any preventative maintenance on here that would stop the head gaskets. Like, a lot of things you can do is you can upgrade the actual radiator itself. Go with a 4-core, something a lot thicker, a lot better, that's going to actually cool and transition the coolant throughout the heads in a lot better manner. Colder coolant is obviously the way to go. So upgrading your radiator is a must. Another thing to do is get the AC condenser out of the way. Get rid of that, guys. Obviously, if you're worried about I'm stumbling hard. Worried about power at all, you're gonna want to get rid of the AC. Personally, I like the AC, but in this instance, I've actually been looking at this condenser and it's deteriorating really bad. The fins are basically just falling right off of it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull the AC condenser off of this car, just for the sheer fact that it's bad. It doesn't even need to be on here anymore. I'm going to check my yard, see if I have a good condenser, which I'm sure I do. And it would be nice to have a cold AC in this car. It's definitely nice to have it. Today is 90 degrees, and I'm not really too happy or particular about working out in 90 degrees today. I'm really hot. You know, like I'm enjoying this little bit of shade right here, which is why I've been in here majority of the time talking. Because it's hot out there. So now, let's go ahead, and I got everything all cleaned and blown out. That took some time, but everything is all out, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to start the car up now. Make sure everything starts up good, because I just blew the living crap out of it, you know, between vacuuming it and 120 PSI. Maybe I knocked something off, you know, and I need to fix it now before I get any further into this, especially with the bumper on it. So let's do that now. Let's start it up, make sure it starts, and then we'll transition over to putting the steel beam on, and then the headlights, the bumper cover, etc., and so on and so forth. So you want to hear how bad the exhaust leak is in this thing? You really get to understand why I want to change the header out. It's loud. Might as well address the exhaust now. Yeah, it's a bit much. But you can understand why I want to change it out and at least fix it. At least address it. Well, I would say it looks a lot better. Can you see why they call it the mean eye? Pretty sure I don't even have to say why. I think it looks fantastic. Oh man, so much better than that grandpa bumper. Sorry guys, if you guys like the L bumpers, I'm probably being a jerk right now, and I'm sorry for that. I just, you know, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not into them. They look good with lips on them. I get it, but honestly, this is where it is with me. It just makes the car look so much more aggressive, you know, and to me, you see how the lines are? You see how this matches up with this line here, and this line here matches up with this line here. The L bumper is really short. This line here, this one right here, this one is the bottom of the bumper. So they're really small, really short. So they look weird, you know, like the bottom's up here. So it looks all like raised up in the front. Looks more mean with this, you know. I'll give you an idea. Let's walk around to the yard. All right. This is the yard where we got everything all stored at and whatnot. So this is where all the GCs are, all the GC bodies. Here is a 1 of 700 Rally Blue, 1 of 700 Rally Blue. And then I actually used to own this one too as well. I sold this one. I tend to find all the good ones, and then I help everybody out. But you can see, like, this thing is, look how mean that looks with that bumper on there. It looks so much better, you know. And then, of course, there's like the wagon version, which we'll be building also as well on the channel. This one is a big wide body kit, so it should transition to be pretty good. These are all the SVXs that are here. And then my yellow rare, another rare car, WRX. My buddy Dan's WRX. But yeah, you can see that it's a big difference by putting that bumper on there. And then once we paint it, obviously it's going to look so much better. But that's the transition of that. We're going to go ahead and take a gander at this. I haven't really had the opportunity to look, see how far it is. So it looks like it is the inner wheel well here, so we're gonna have to do some inner wheel well repair as well as the outer quarter panel repair. That's not too bad. It's extremely clean underneath this car. If you'll bear with me, I will try and get you the best shot I can. Super sunny out, so it should be pretty easy to see this. this thing. It's so clean under here. There's like even a body mount here, which is normal. This is always gone. This whole area, especially like this corner pocket area, this is always rusted and rotted right out, big holes. You know, look at the gas tank area, look at all the spare tire area. Really nice car. Now we'll go around to the other side. Let's go check the other side out. Okay, bear with me. There's some rocks here I really do not want in my back. All right. And then looking at blue paint, you know, even on this side, look where this is the corner pocket area with the end of the rocker. This is always rotted out, just like the other side, super solid. There's actually a body mount here that you could put a jack on. All the floor is solid. All the way throughout. I mean, this is a really clean, for this area, for the Northeast, I'll tell you. I mean, obviously you see the red stuff, the little bit of rust, but that's just scale. It's actually really not that bad. It's really clean. I can clean all that stuff up really quick with a high-speed tool, a high-speed brush and whatnot, and hit it all 415 really easy. But like, look at those rails. Look how beautiful they are. They actually exist. They're bad, you know, so, or not bad. So look at the inside of the pinch welds. My goodness. So you guys can see why I've been hiding this car. Yeah, nice car, right? But like I stated, I gotta get rid of it so I can get something else that I really want. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next agenda on the list. I keep staring at this 98 and I keep saying to myself, I really need to scrape that off because it's just kind of gaudy to me. Obviously, nobody else is going to want that on there. So let's pull ahead and we'll scrape that off. Tyler showed up. He's here helping me out. But he said, why don't we throw the snowflakes on this thing? And I said, you think so? Instead of the 5-spoke WRX wheels? And he thinks it'll be a better touch.
Golden snowflakes, man.
Yeah, he says gold. So, you know, he's like, man, you gotta, you know, blue and gold wheels is kind of like the ideal thing for these coupes. What do you guys think? Throw the snowflakes on there? They look pretty sweet and they probably look good in gold. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? WRX wheels or these snowflakes? Or maybe I should just get some different wheels. Who knows? Either way, let me know. Also have this other set here too. They're already gold, so you can see what the WRX 5-spokes look like between silver and gold. What do you guys think? What should I do? Everything's gonna get painted all blue. Everything's gonna be paint matched. I'll do all the side skirts, the rear spats, etc. You know, clean it all up, fix the rust real quick, and go from there. But definitely we were talking about a wheel set, so I don't know. Yeah. This final's old. Man. It's leaving all the glue. Come on. Oh boy. Well, it's time to do some brakes now. Get that taken care of. He's going to set everything on the inner frame rails. Just a little pro tip, guys. You are not supposed to put your jack stands here on the pinch welds. That will destroy your pinch welds. You actually want to put it on the actual unibody frame itself. So make sure you utilize the unibody frame. That's why it's there, you know. So it's probably why this one's in such good shape, because nobody's ever touched it.
Are those in a good spot?
Yeah, they look pretty good. So And then on the back here, we're gonna jack it up. So another pro tip, guys, if you're jacking up, you see how we got this jacking up in the front, you're probably wondering where that is. Right underneath the subframe, see the jack plate? That is their OEM from the factory. That's the perfect place. That's how the Rallycross guys have always done it. That's how everybody Subaru related has always done it. Make sure you put the jack plate back on. I have come across cars that remove the jack plate because the power steering rack or something had to be changed and whatnot. Make sure you put that back on. It helps for the guys that actually work on these things to actually do this faster versus having to jack it up one side at a time. And then when you're going about the rear, jacking it up, you actually want to jack it up on the rear pumpkin. Nice and easy. Same thing, right in the dead center in a symmetrical manner. Come up under here, see the plate? You can jack off the rear diff plate or the rear diff itself, and then bring it right up. And then you can actually set your jack stands where the jack plate is. This here, that's your jack plate. See all this surface area you got here? That's where your jack stand goes. All right, so while he sets in the jack stands to the actual jack plate, I'll explain back here what this diff cover was. Now, back here, guys, this is not stock. You guys see the skid plate here. This here is a Rallycross skid plate. Now, it is awesome. As you can see, it is made of very, very thick sheet steel and made to protect that rear diff on rocks and whatnot. So that by all means is not stock, so that's why I came back to it to explain that. Normally you would just put it right on the rear diff itself, right in the same placement. Alright, well, while he is fixing the front jack stand, just get it up just a little bit higher. That way we can take the wheel off. Everything looks pretty good. It's getting a little late. Sun's starting to come down a little bit. It's about 7:30 right now, and hopefully we have enough light to actually get all four done. Got a big box of goodies, so we're gonna run through all of that, all the hardware, etc. Wonder how bad these are going to be. Oh, hopefully not. Yeah, they got a little bit of surface scale. I feel like it looks worse on camera than it does in person. Look at this. Look.
Yeah, it does kind of.
It does. Worse. It looks kind of worse on camera.
Crusty.
It just looks a little crusty. It's actually not that bad. It's just a little scaly. I mean, they work. I drove the car before I pulled it up here, so the brakes do work. We know that the pistons all around at least are not, the calipers and whatnot are not seized and frozen. So that's why I'm pretty happy to do this, and I'm not hesitant to do it this late at night at least, you know. Especially with it already being almost 8 o'clock. Alright, well, now that we're all safe and everything is situated, everything looks good. Going through it, it's pretty nice actually. It's got stainless lines on it already. You know, it's got that really nice rally skid plate for that rear diff. Everything looks clean. It's got the 2.5-inch catback. You know, it's not like a crazy 3-inch WRX catback. It's actually a really nice 2.5RS catback. So it'll go really good in complement once we get the OEM header off and put this aftermarket one on. Everything looks really good. This thing turned out awesome. It's all nice and like a satin finish, whatnot, not like a crazy high gloss. So now it's actually time to deck this face here real nice and flush so that I can put on a nice little gasket. Then we'll jump underneath the car, change that out. Tyler's gonna help me out with swapping out some brakes. So it's time to, I guess, start distributing these out. That way he knows which one's which. I should grab the, oh damn, look, I was about to say grab the brake cleaner, but you're on it. Look at you. All right, actually go grab this box here. You want to use this box to clean. we'll just spray in there. What we normally do is like we'll use the box that the rotors come in, because you can hold it like this. I mean, imagine this obviously out of the bag or ready to clean it. You could take your can and you just spray it while it's inside here, and it soaks all up inside here versus and doing it on the grass or on your shop floor or on the wood or anywhere around this. This has got a nice little shield. This helps out a lot. You know, I guess we'll call this another pro tip too, I guess, right? So that'll help you out. All right, sun is going down, starting to look really good. We're all taking pictures of everything now, trying to get everything ready for social media, etc. And obviously for this YouTube video. So I've decked down the surface here. There's a little bit of a low spot here, but I'm not really worried about that as long as I can get the gas ring to seat completely around this area. All the hardware will draw in, you know, around and whatnot, but everything looks really good. So I went ahead and decked it all with a hard block with 80 grit first, and then I will follow it by 180 grit to finish it off so that it's perfect for a gasket. So you can see that they are painted edges. I went ahead and I like painting them just for the sheer fact that I use it for the paint itself for a guide coat. So once I start sanding into it, I'm able to, is there a good side? Let me switch this paper real quick. All right, so this is it's a hard block. It's not a soft block. So you use this as like essentially as a guide coat. I wonder if I can do this in one hand. So you will use the paint to show you, and you're only going to go in one direction. It's going to show you all the high spots. I'm going to show you all the low spots. See high, you see low, and you'll keep going until you achieve a nice gas ring surface all the way around. You know that the actual gasket itself, where'd my gasket go? There it is. This is the center here. That hard edge that's on the inside, that is your fire ring. I keep calling it a gas ring. I don't know why I'm doing that right now. It is your fire ring. So that goes in the center here, and that gets crushed in. So all this will all be pulled in and whatnot, but this is all nice and flush, which is really good. No gaps, which would be nice. It'll mate up to the catback that's on the car now. Relatively easy. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to finish up this gasket surface, this one as well, and then transfer the paper to the cabinet, grab the 180 grit, and then come over here, redo it again, make sure it's at a nice clean surface, a 180 grit surface, and then we can start re-gasketing this header, which is really nice. Then we can pull off the OEM one, go from there. But for now, it's time to fix these brackets. So the slides have probably seen better days. Yeah, that one's kind of stiff. That one's really stiff. That one's really stiff. That one, yep, that one's actually coming out. Okay, so we're going to get these all out. We're going to get these all greased up and whatnot. We'll blow them off, clean them off. What we'll do is probably just run over them real quick with the die grinder or the roll lock pad. Excuse me, not the die grinder, the roll lock pad, and probably just take the scale off it. We'll hit it with some rust reformer and do a little bit of chemical reaction, kind of stop the rust in place, and then put some paint on them, put some new grease and whatnot, grease all these slides up, all these pins, and you pull these out. Come on, give it to me. Oh, it really doesn't want to come off there. There we go. Oh yeah, look at all that dried grease in there. Wow, it's all clumpy. It looks like somebody used white lithium or something like that, which is a no-no. As you see, it just curdles up. You're not supposed to use that. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get the others out. We'll get these cleaned up, and then that way the brakes actually function properly. All right, so we'll set those down, and I'll go grab the tools that are needed. It's getting kind of dark out. Can't really tell. It's kind of crazy. Well, my camera is really good with low light, but it's darker out than it looks. It's dark. And we don't want to make the neighbors mad, you know, especially like this person here and this person here, and and carry on and whatnot. So we're gonna clean up, and then we'll come back in tomorrow. Obviously, it'll just be the next set, and and we'll edit it in and whatnot. But that's why it'll probably be different looking and whatnot. Probably a lot more lighting, so that we'll be able to see these on there. Big difference and whatnot. So I want to be able to make it look nice. So we're gonna take the time to grease everything up, paint it all up and whatnot, take care of the rust now so that we can button it all up, not have to unbolt it again until it comes time for paint time. All right, well, hold on for a second. Let me turn these lights on. I went and got coffee. Tyler went home. It's like 10 o'clock at night right now. It's like 10:04. 10:05 right now, and I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and pull an all-nighter and get some stuff done. I really do want to get those brakes done. That way I can just come in and slap them together. So if these are all painted up, then I can grease them and get them ready. So I think that's what I'm gonna do right now, is get them cleaned up. I needed some caffeine. Was getting tired, so I went and hit the Dunkin' Donuts up before they closed. This COVID stuff, it's kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We gotta deal with it. Bitching about it isn't gonna do anything. So this is my happy place, and I guess it's let's play. I got the shop cleaned up before I went and got some coffee. So I've actually got some area to work in and whatnot, but I'm gonna move everything off to the side here, kind of clear off myself a nice little space and whatnot, and then I can start cleaning these brackets up. These brackets need some attention, and then we'll make them pretty. Come over here to my supply cabinet, and we'll grab some caliper paint. As you can see, I got a bunch of it, so we'll use some 900 degree temp red caliper paint. This stuff actually is pretty good. I like the Rust-Oleum, but if you're looking for some really good stuff, that's the best. Duplicolor. I have really, I've got really good luck with Duplicolor, and what's really good about this is this right here with ceramic. This does not have ceramic, so know your products, know what they are, know how they work. I like the Duplicolor products anyways a lot better. I'm just running out of the stock that I have, and then once I run out of this stuff, then I'll buy more Duplicolor. Once you learn what works, type deal, and then you just kind of go with it. I kind of like to convey my tips and tricks so that people are wondering, what is that and why do you use it? And that's really just best just to show you, rather than typing it out on Facebook and being a Facebook warrior and telling you that my way is better. Prove it. All right, so I got all the slides removed and all of the dust covers are out. Everything's all good. So we're gonna take some tape, plug up all these holes where the pins and the dust covers go. That's where everything's supposed to be greased at. So we don't want any debris and whatnot falling inside there. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this a time lapse and basically just get this done. I tell you what, I need to buy a blast cabinet. Ugh.
This comes as no goddamn surprise.
hair. Get that mad scientist hair. Yeah, it is like midnight. Might as well let it go. Well, you guys have a good one. It's been real.